Good morning, pre-gamers. How are y'all doing? Hope you are well. Hey, Bo, P-Court, Dragon Man, Woody. I will wait to ensure that my audio is working. It looks like it's working fine. Hey, Benjamin. We have economic data in 4 minutes. Jobless claims, the gross domestic product, and durable goods. 3 big potential whammies. Hey, Bobby and Think Make Decisions. So we have a SPY daily inside bar. So the question is, when we get this news, will it break us out of this inside bar to the upside or downside? Hey, Peculiar Glow. Tom Sean. All right, Tom Sean, don't spam us. What's up? What's up? No problem. Perfect. Awesome. So I typically go live a few minutes before 8:30 Eastern. I'm going early, just a little bit earlier this morning because we have the data coming out in 3 minutes. Can't hear me great. You can't hear me, so that's wonderful. Your day is made. You don't have to listen to this accent. So with ES, on any reaction, 4203.50, 4204.25 are our next resistances. And then after that, it is 4210. Yep, I don't tell anybody to buy anything. Pumping is the last thing you'll see anybody in TCG doing. Hey, Veronica, it's Stockboy and TR Kobe. The good thing is, if you're a Clove holder, is that you have this huge short interest. The bad thing is the company hasn't done anything to help you. You know, the stock is down where it is because of something going on with the underlying. If Clove was a super smoking deal, Chamath and all his other people would be buying it hand over fist. Remember, insiders can sometimes just really set the bottom because it comes down to such a low price where they say, enough already. This thing is worth a heck of a lot more. If they're not putting their money where their mouth is, then why should we? So Clove is one of those hype Reddit stocks, and I'm not picking on you, TR Kobe. This is just, thank you, Jacob. Thank you. Hey, Michael. Let's see. Let me get it a little bit closer to me. But you want the insiders to set the bottom, and if they're not buying, why should we? Tons of short interest. Clove could get some good announcements, some upgrades. Chamath buy back 3 billion shares. Who knows? I don't even know what the share float is. And that could move Clove beautifully. But until then, oh, okay. You probably know me by now, and you know I wouldn't pump anyway. So yeah, I get it. I get it. Data in 1 minute. If there's anyone in the room that's held AMC from Monday at that 1217 pre-market level, that setup that we gave out, if anyone's still holding it, you get my utmost respect, gold star, and a gold trophy. And you get as many requests as you want today. I don't know if I can honor that, but anyway. Does anyone still have AMC for Monday? That would just be beautiful. So as far as the data is concerned, I have been up for 4 hours. I don't even care what the expectation is on jobless, on GDP, on durable goods. To me, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing like nat gas inventories today at 10:30 Eastern. I don't care what the data is. I just look at price action and how it reacts. And sometimes the first reaction is the false reaction, especially if it's an over-exaggerated move. So I have ES on this chart. gold on the other, and you see my chart setup right here, yellow, purple, 50 MA, 200 MA, green, and red, 8 and 21 EMA yellow candles. So take a screenshot if you're interested in my chart setup. Oh, Dove, you don't want a webcam this early in the morning, but maybe one day I'll do it if you are interested. Maybe one day I will get some makeup on this face this early in the morning, and maybe I will go live with a little webcam in the corner. Hey, y'all, good. You still have AMC? Awesome. Thank you, JHM. He's always on it. Okay, gold is kind of flat. ES, no big move yet, so that's good. And we also have more data tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern. So no big no big move, no big reaction, no problem. We can just keep it moving. Okay, jobless claims very close, very much in line along with durable goods. Thank you so much, Judd. Okay, so I'm going to delete my chart setup. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I am part of the Chart Guys community. Let me show you who we are. So this is us. This is us last year. I'm right there. There's my husband. There's Dan. There's Jason. So this is part of our family, the TCG community. We went to Cancun and we had a little TCG meetup. That's who we are. So we have a community, thriving community, a Slack chat community with 1,000 members where we go over different topics every day and the community contributes. We have membership monthly, yearly for TCG. We have the swing report. So that's who I am. I am part of the partnership and Chart Guys and Chart Gals, and we teach technical analysis, and it's always our goal to help you define probabilities as to what's happening or what could happen on the right side of the screen. What is the most likely scenario based on the left side of the screen? Oh, that's so funny. There was a lot of us, Iron Fist, and you know what? We love that meetup so much we're already thinking about the next one. We've been dreaming about it throughout the whole panoramic. Just kidding, pandemic, but I love when people say panoramic. All right, let's look at ES. Let's do what we do. So daily, we had an inside bar yesterday. Overnight, we broke that inside bar slightly bearish. The bulls are hoping for a bull flag. Let's go over the bull flag mechanics. The mechanics of a textbook bull flag are that we have not given up more than 38% of the move. So if the pole would be from like here to here, we want to give up just about a third. We don't want to give up more than a third, or it's no longer a bull flag and it's more likely an equilibrium. So we got to keep 1/3 of the move intact. Check. We got to be over the EMAs. Check. We have to have some lower wicks of bulls buying the dip. Check. And we have to have, we really don't like these upper wicks. That kind of breaks the textbook stuff. And we want decreasing bear volume on the pullback. Check. So we have a bull flag possibly in motion on the daily chart for ES. Short-term time frame. We had this big spike earlier. I don't know if it was anticipation of the move, but 4,200 is our resistance, and 4203, 4204, support 4183, 417950. So what I like to do if I am trading ES, let's say that that's my focus today. I'm not saying that it is, but if it were, what I like to do is just go mark my areas. So this is real important area. So this slight bear break without a lot of follow through lends itself to a potential bull flag on that time frame. And now I have my levels mapped out as to what may come into play where I could possibly short or go long. So NASDAQ is getting the beating. It's getting the beating with the ugly stick this morning. NASDAQ is the weakest. We have IWM, RTY is the strongest. It's really taken off here. It really liked the numbers. Really like the numbers. And then YM, so we have RTY is the strongest, small caps, then the Dow, then ES, and then NASDAQ. So let me go look at bonds. What's going on with bonds? Okay, bonds are dumping. We need bonds to find a bottom for NASDAQ to take off. We need lower inflation expectations in order for technology to prosper. So all the NASDAQ names will do better in a low inflation environment. We need the bonds to find a bottom. If you don't know what I'm talking about with ZB, TLT, you see it's bottoming out here, and that's why NASDAQ is not doing as well as the others. Your next resistance on NASDAQ is 13682, 1368775, support 13620, got a little double bottom there. Then after 13620, 13606. Looking at NASDAQ on the daily, same thing. Do you see this? So we have declining bear volume on this pullback, a little lower wick of bulls buying the dip, holding that EMA, haven't given back more of a third of the move up. There was one more thing I was going to say on a bull flag. Oh, a slight bear break without a lot of follow through, which is indicative of a bull flag on a higher time frame. So, or a bull flag in general, is bears don't get a lot of follow through. Okay. So right now, NASDAQ is moving. RTY looks beautiful. Okay, here we go. Screenshot this. This is my favorite kind of chart. My favorite. This is what I call the trampoline move. Let me do it a little bit neater. I'm going to take my time today. We have Denzi over in the Chart Guys community. She will go live at in 24 minutes. I'll try to be done by then. But overall, I'm just going to take my time here. This is my favorite kind of chart where we have this rounded bottom pattern and we push into the 50 MA on whatever time frame. So you can take a picture of it. This is it. I'm going to just keep marking this chart up. I did this in crypto alts a few weeks ago on the Matic chart. Was one of my favorite technical setups, and it just came to fruition in the prettiest of ways. So we have increasing bull volume, RSI turned up, TTM squeeze, EMAs turned up, push into the 50 MA, rounded bottom. This is it. It doesn't get any better than this. This is like what I dream of. In my head, I like to play King of the Mountain. So okay, sorry about that. No big deal though, Tara, you're here now. So welcome. Thank you for letting us know. So what I like to do in my head is play King of the Mountain. So if I'm looking at 50 charts, what's the best chart of all the charts I'm looking at? Then throw away the rest and then really focus on King of the Mountain. What was my King of the Mountain yesterday? Riot. I hope a lot of you got it. Gold's popping right now. Gold's looking good. So that was my King of the Mountain. Right now, out of every chart I've looked at for the last 4.5 hours, this is my King of the Mountain. It has all the components that I like to trade. That is my ideal setup for the style that I like to trade. Okay, so you kind of know what the anatomy of a beautiful chart is. This is it. So your next resistance on RTY is 22770. So we got a daily bull break, 227770. And your next support, 2239. Now let's talk about the most likely scenario. So RTY broke bull. Of course, we have a little bull move going on in NASDAQ here, but they haven't changed the trend. NASDAQ ES, like RTY has. YM is changing it. So the most likely scenario is ES and NQ could be a laggard play to RTY and YM. If they can all start pulling in the same direction, Katie bar the door, we could have a very bullish day. YM hourly, your next resistance, 34463. Your support is at 34231, 34170. On the 15-minute, you're getting overbought here. So on any pullback, bulls will be looking to buy that dip. Okay, so we have gold. Gold is popping a little bit. Gold's trying to find a bottom here. We hit 1892, double bottom here. Your next resistance is 190650. So gold may be trying to find a bottom. What happened during that time with bonds from when I looked at it to now? So bonds finding a bottom. Yeah, we need bonds to keep popping in order for NASDAQ to get going. Commodities. I have not been a lover of all things CL for a while now. I got a little choppy here of oil and I still don't like it. So we have an hourly downtrend. You have resistance $66, 66.17, 66.35. Support 65.47, 65.25. When I go over commodities, if a lot of y'all are commodities traders, let me know. I've traded just about everything. So if you need me to have some more commentary or focus on a certain sector, let me know. I know a lot of you are interested in crypto. Bitcoin has an hourly higher high. I was watching this earlier, potential head and shoulders here. We need to get through 4,900. Through my personal experience, head and shoulders have the least amount of follow through. Head and shoulders can psych you out and say, oh, I'm going bearish on this chart, and then it just zoom higher. We had Mana do it to me last night, and the futures do it to me. We had it twice yesterday. It happened where I recognized the head and shoulders. I didn't act on it, but then it ended up resuming to the chart pattern. Higher pattern site. This is just a very rough website. But if you want to know historical performance of bull flags, let's see. It shows you the failures. So I can't dig through this clunky website, but it's Bulkowski's pattern site, and it'll tell you like a bull flag has 68% of the time it resolves higher. Those are just good stats to know. So I really like knowing those facts, and if you're interested in that, that's on the patternsite.com. So on Bitcoin, we have, so this is classic TCG TA education. So what happened here? Let's go over it. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. Have we changed the trend yet? No. We need a higher low, higher high, then we've changed the trend. But I would say with this V-shaped bounce, the bulls have put themselves in a great position, plenty of room for a higher low relative to 37,191. Your resistance, the high of that move, 40,000 and 40315. Ethereum. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Steven. It really is. It's the world's worst website, Bulkowski, but it is just, it's something I studied a lot even before I came to TCG, and I really enjoy it. ETH, Ethereum, I am noticing this TTM squeeze here. And do you see these lower lows? So we got higher high, lower low, lower high, but this sure does look like a bull flag on a higher time frame. Let's see. Maybe 12 hour. So you keep aggregating till it makes sense, and you can see on the 12 hour, this could be a bull flag. How did I know that looking at the hourly? I could see that we had a lower low with very little follow through, slightly elevated bear volume, and now we're popping up. Plenty of room for a higher low on Ethereum relative to 2685, 2639. We have resistance to high of this little pop at 2847, 2893. I had a ton of names. I've tried to edit the names, but we're just going to plow through them the best we can. Apple. So yesterday, we started our conversation on Apple with, here's the range, odds favor. We're opening up in the middle of that range, inside bar. What did we get? Inside bar. We're breaking it to the downside today. But it would have been more ideal on Apple if we'd have gotten a slightly lower low. Then I would say this looks wedgy. Do you see what I'm saying? So let me path it out for you. Let me go path. So from here to here to here. Because the way it is now, it's just a busted EQ. But what we want to see is we want to see those wedges have slightly lower lows without a follow through. But I'm not necessarily going to throw away that idea on Apple that this could be some type of bullish pattern forming. Right now, let's just stick with the basics. Daily inside bar, if we open below, or excuse me, above 126.42 is that low. So right now we're at 136.36. We got to get over that low. I don't like when the EMA is, I'm very vocal about the 50 MA being overhead. Apple bulls got to get over that. Here's a little clue that the bearish momentum is subsiding. You see these momentum bar histograms kind of going lower. So this is when bull momentum is subsiding, bear momentum is picking up, and now we have bear momentum subsiding just slightly. But we got it before open, so within the next 46 minutes, I want to see price back above the low of yesterday, 126.42, and then we could have a bottom fish opportunity. So I know this kind of sounds backwards. So if NQ can get going, If we could get back over 126.42 before we open, come back, pull down into it, that could be a bottom fish opportunity. This isn't my king of the mountain, okay? It's not my king of the mountain. And every day, I'm not going to have a king of the mountain. So I want to bring you the AMC setups, the Riot setups, these killer setups that we've been nailing like Dick's Sporting Goods, but I'm just not going to have a king of the mountain every day. So just be aware of that. Coin, here are the levels. A lot of y'all are interested in coin, so I just marked it up for you. We got another level since I marked it up, so let me give you that. So if you want to screenshot this, please do. So here are your levels on coin. On coin, I am not a huge fan. We were long over here, so that was our king of the mountain here. This trade was just amazing. And then we kind of started fading yesterday. So I'm watching coin. Crypto's getting a bounce, so coin may get a bounce as well. So I would not be very comfortable shorting it unless we got up into that 250 area or this 252.17. If we could push up into 252.17, where do we have convergence? Do y'all see this? The 200 MA on the hourly is at 250.44. We have this 250 level on 252.17. If we could ram up into 252.17 like a ram truck, like really ram up into it, then I would love to short it. And by short it, I mean I still have to have some data, new data. So once I'm off the mic here, we open, we go live, the market goes live, and we ram up into it. Then I need a 2-minute trend change to the downside to even think about shorting it. And what's the volume look like? That's a question that has to be answered. So if you ask me right now, what would I do with coin? I can't tell you. What's the volume look like? Are we floating up on puny volume? Could we possibly short even 249? Maybe. So the volume will answer that, but I can tell you I would only be looking short coin around 250, 252. I just don't like this name to the long side. Doesn't mean it can't ramp for days. So if you like coin to the long side, 240 or 239 would be your long entry. CMG with the upgrade. I don't like the daily chart. So when I tell y'all that my formula, let me spell out my formula because I get asked this a lot. News plus technical setup. So that is that's where the magic happens. And then if it's a short setup on top of that, then it's triple. So let me type that out. And that's for the long side. So that's my magical formula for the long side. So like yesterday, Riot is a hated stock. It had an upgrade and it had a technical tightening range. Check, check, check. Beautiful, beautiful chart. And setup. Thank you, Johnny Bravo. I appreciate that. So, and I feel like I'm off this morning, so that's even weird. So thank you. So on CMG, the problem with CMG is we have such a large range. So we have this big range, resistance 1372.96, support 1342.78. If we could pull back into 1342.78 area, by area I mean 1345 with CMG, it has a very wide spread. I mean, very wide. So be careful. It could be a long. It is not my king of the mountain, but it is a potential setup. Looking for a bottom in this pattern. Like we got to get over this 50 MA. So CMG could have some momentum today. Okay, DLTR getting beaten like a red-headed stepchild this morning. They do not like what they gotted. So prior resistance, prior support 99.62 come into play. So remember, this is the daily chart. So right now we are about here. We are here. We're getting close to that $100 flush. So they're not happy with what happened with DLTR. So watch for that $100 flush. 99.62 would be the next support. And then you have a gap fill over here. Gap fill 98.06 to be aware of. If we could get that gap fill at 98.06, then I'd get interested in DLTR long. The RSI is getting pretty beaten right now. Hourly RSI is at 19. 4 hour 20. Daily, of course, we're not computing yet because we're not open. So DLTR really getting beaten. I would like it long on a flush of $100, and I would like it short on a bounce into these downtrending EMAs. Okay, Nvidia. This is my king of the mountain, and it's a tough one. My gosh, I have gone round and round. So we got upgrades. We had awesome earnings. So always recognize on aftermarket hours earnings, if we have great earnings, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get an upgrade the next day, an initiation of coverage, an upgrade. So it's something that people expect. Getting an upgrade this morning is no big surprise based on those earnings. But the fact that it had good earnings, it has an upgrade, it has a tightening range, and it has the stock split. Do y'all see the formula now? The more variables we throw in it, and then look at this pattern. Squeeze. So on Riot yesterday, what was my other thing besides news, technicals, hated stock, crypto bounce overnight? My fifth thing was a 4-hour squeeze on Riot. This one has an hourly squeeze. I like Nvidia. Here are the levels that I like. Pull down to 622.60 area. Pull down to even, let's see, 625. 625, and I may give it a whirl. So we ran up pretty hard in this area. Here's my only problem with this setup over here. When we clear out the order book like that, if we come back down into it, we're going to fade hard. And you may want to switch short. So I like NVDA to the long side. I will only be looking long if it can hold let's say 623, yesterday's low. If it can hold 623.45, I'd like to go long. RCL, they are resuming the sellings in June, I believe. That was the news. Okay, this chart gives me angina. So we are having a technical break. So yesterday, y'all remember with Dick's Sporting Goods, doesn't this chart look like that? So we have this little technical, we got a lower low, and then we're pushing up, and then we get a bull break here in pre-market, and it has decent volume, not great, but decent volume. So we get this bull break and then a little pull back to 92.45 prior resistance. This may be a buy. I don't like it. I won't trade it. And here's why I won't trade it. This has been running so hard. And so it's a name that bears love to hate. I don't know what the short interest is, but it had good news. But man, was that news priced to perfection? Don't you think the buyers here, and here were expecting that we're going to put a boat in the water this summer? Don't you think they expected that? So I don't know if this was already priced to perfection. So I'm kind of leading you in two different directions, and I don't mean to, but this is bullish news, but I'm a little concerned going bullish up here. Riot. I want to go to Riot in the 4-hour. This was that squeeze yesterday that took us higher and was my case for a higher opening or a pullback and then buying that 20. Oh gosh, that was just awesome. So your resistance, 28.63. I got your resistance here on the chart. So if you want to screenshot that, 28.63, then you have no resistance till $30 psychological, 30.70, 30.80. Support is down at 27.82, 27.56. 27.52. Oh, thank you, Johnny. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, any big thing. Okay. All right, I'm going to keep going. So Riot may keep going if you still have a piece, like a lot of you tweeted me, messaged me that you still have some. What do? Always sell a piece into strength, like at least 1/3, and then put a trailing stop on the other 2/3. And if we pop up again, sell the next third and then hold on to that final third. Snow just has all the elements of an inside bar. Look at this. And excuse me, it's not even an inside bar because that's not accurate. It wouldn't be a daily inside bar. It'd be a 4-hour inside bar because of the severity of this move. This is what you call, let me write it out. Premium, nope, gonna take too long. Can't do it. This is, I just want you to get in your head what this is. Premium killer. Let me write it as big as possible. So whoever bought calls and puts pretty much is going to get hurt today. When you have these large moves, this is a premium killer on earnings. So bears will be looking to short 236.50 and bulls will be looking to go long at 225. And then if we were to get down to 215, we're opening up in the middle of the range. This is what could really hurt some people when you open up in the middle of the range because we need support nearby. We need support nearby on volume, so just be careful. Tesla, here's the levels. If you want to screenshot it, I'll give you the new one since I marked it up. I still like Tesla to the short side. So I said Elon was laughing at me yesterday with my thesis of a rising wedge. I really got to wrap this up. I'm not going to get to any requests today. I'm sorry. So we still have a rising wedge. We're falling outside of that rising wedge formation. So watch Tesla to the short side. Then SPY, here are your levels. We're breaking through that to the bullish side in pre-market. But anyway, these levels are still valid. So if you want to screenshot that. Tilray, okay. Okay. Well, overnight, we don't really trade a lot except for after hours in the evening and then in the early morning. So Tilray, the next support is 1663, 1648, 1647, and 1635. When these three numbers are so close together, I just call it 1635. Make your life simple. You know, kiss it. Keep it simple, stupid. Got a 15-minute bull flag potentially forming. This is a nice, beautiful chart. Who else? Someone else. Oh, AMC. AMC, this move has been going since Monday, okay? So this stuff started Monday when we talked about that 1217. It's been going up pretty hot and heavy. So if the bulls go sideways a little bit today, that is not a game over for the bulls. That does not mean the bears won. So I would be patient with the bulls today, as far as I wouldn't try to jump in bullishly, nor would I try to jump in bearishly. So yesterday's range, last thing, and then I'll hush up. Yesterday's range was about 15%. If we open up in the middle of that and have a daily inside bar, would be totally natural. You're welcome. Oh, thanks, Phil and Mustang. All right. Love y'all to pieces. Y'all use stop losses. I'll be watching Nvidia. Y'all have a good day. Michael, FLL, if you're still listening, because I can't help myself. FLL. FLL daily inside bar. And your support 977, resistance 1036, pretty choppy chart. We are squeezing though. So we could get some follow through, but this is a really large range here. And we may stay within that range for a couple days. Okay, now I'm done. Hit that like button. See y'all all tomorrow. TCGers, jump over in the room and listen to Dens.